Faith, fairness, and responsibility are inseparable from Maldivian life, principles deeply woven into the character and traditions of its people. They have long guided how communities lived, how businesses operated, and how trust was placed in financial matters. Yet, for much of the nation's modern financial development, there was no banking institution fully aligned with these guiding values. That began to change in 2009. In partnership with the government of Maldives and the ICD, the private sector development arm of the IDB, a decision was taken to establish the nation's first fully Sharia-compliant bank. It was a decisive step, one that would redefine the country's financial landscape. Entrusted with this responsibility was Harith Haroon, an experienced banking professional with decades of international banking experience.
When I arrived in the Maldives, there was no Islamic banking institution in operation. We were actually starting from the very beginning. Our responsibility was to establish this institution from the ground up, to build the structure, the team, and the operational foundations. And Islamic banking was entirely new to the Maldives, and the regulatory and operational framework needed for it to function had to be developed alongside the bank itself.
On March 7, 2011, Maldives Islamic Bank opened its doors for the first time. Islamic banking had arrived in the Maldives. It marked the beginning of a new chapter in the country's financial history, one that would broaden participation and transform the relationship between Maldivians and banking itself. The response was immediate. At launch, services were available only through a single branch operating through traditional counter service. The bank offered Sharia-compliant deposit products and nothing more. Yet, within its first month alone, more than 2,700 customers opened accounts. It was a powerful indication that many had been waiting. For the first time, a banking institution reflected principles they recognized as their own. In August 2011, 5 months after opening, the bank introduced its first Sharia-compliant financing product, extending faith-aligned financial services to individuals and businesses for the first time. From there, the bank moved swiftly to expand its reach across the country. Branches extended beyond Male. ATMs, cards, and POS services embedded Islamic banking into everyday life, while digital platforms such as FasaNet and Fasa Mobile widened access across the atolls. At the same time, the bank broadened its financial portfolio and introduced new Sharia-compliant solutions for individuals and businesses. By 2019, the bank was ready for its next chapter. Maldives Islamic Bank opened its ownership to the Maldivian people through its initial public offering. The response was decisive. The offering was oversubscribed by more than 46%, and more than 16,000 Maldivians became shareholders.
The IPO's success extended far beyond its impressive oversubscription. It was the diversity of participation in institutions, businesses, and individual Maldivians all invested with clear conviction. This breadth of ownership showed that the bank's role as a cornerstone of the national economy.
The IPO was more than a financial milestone. Maldives Islamic Bank had evolved from an institution centered to serve the nation into one owned by the nation itself. It was a moment of national validation and a powerful affirmation of the bank's journey. In the years that followed, progress accelerated. Digital capability expanded steadily. International connectivity strengthened with Visa cards and global payment gateways. Online platforms streamlined financing applications. Business banking capabilities advanced. Instant account opening, a first in the Maldives, reshaped how customers began their relationship with the bank. Self-service kiosks were introduced, and digital business account opening became fully online. At the same time, innovation continued behind the scenes. ATM services expanded, including USD capabilities. New products and services were introduced for businesses, fishermen and pilgrims. Today, as Maldives Islamic Bank marks 15 years since its founding, it serves more than 250,000 customers across the Maldives. Its network of branches and customer service centers spans 12 locations nationwide. Its ATM and POS infrastructure extends across islands and businesses throughout the country. Its asset base has grown to more than 15 billion Maldivian rupiah. Today, more than 450 professionals, 99% local, work across the Maldives, sustaining the scale and service of a nationwide institution.
As we mark 15 years, our responsibility is greater than ever. The scale we have achieved is built on trust, and sustaining that trust remains our priority. We are focused on strengthening our capabilities further, ensuring that Islamic banking in the Maldives continues to serve the needs of our people for generations to come.
Faith, fairness, and responsibility shaped its founding. They continue to guide its future. Maldives Islamic Bank was never only about establishing a bank. It was about building a financial system rooted in principle, aligned with national values, and committed to the people of the Maldives.